If NFL teams were movies, what kind of box offices are they pulling this season? Are the Cowboys Fast and Furious? Are the Bears stuck in a never-ending Groundhog Day? Tonight on the Fan Feed Pod, we're turning the 2025 season into a Hollywood script. And trust me, some of these teams are straight to DVD. Let's roll.
Every week a new headline drops. Game day fire and sideline shocks. Oh, soft fan feed. This. Oh, welcome to the show. We're bringing the heat. No suits, no scripts, just takes from the street. Every week we break down the squads. Real fans. This is the Fan Feed Pod.
Yo, 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 yo.
What's up?
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Fan Feed Pod. We are here joined by Mr. Nathan. Is it Tse? Is that how you say it?
C. It's always tough.
That, it
Anytime
is
I had a
tough.
sub growing up, it was always tough.
Always cooked.
Man, I feel like
But
I always
Nathan-
say. So I'm sorry about that, Nathan.
It's all good.
We finally got to ask. Nathan was on a couple weeks ago talking about his Giants, and we're going to talk about the Giants. But first, just welcome everybody to Week 5. Welcome to this pod show. We got a really special episode tonight. Like I said at the top of the show, we are going to be discussing NFL teams if they were movie titles. And we got all these ideas from our writers who have written for their favorite teams. So these are fan takes on their teams. And actually, this idea was brought to us by Nathan, which is why he's joining us on the show. So Nathan, you want to tell us a little bit more about how you came up with this idea for that awesome article you put out earlier this week?
Yeah, I mean, we had last week we had a creative article assignment. So I was sitting there on it was probably Sunday night, and I was watching Secret Life of Walter Mitty with my girlfriend and her sister, and I was like, "What can I do? What can I do?" And I was like, for some reason, I had seen we were searching for a movie to watch, I'd seen The Dark Knight, and I was like, The Dark Knight is such a sick nickname, and I was like, what can I do with that? So I was like, let's see how the Giants have been doing in movies. I was a little bit like excited about the game after the win, but sad, bittersweet at the same time because of Malik tearing his ACL. So that's kind of where I got the inspiration for this. It's kind of like movies are my escape, so I thought it would be fun to bring it to sports, pull them all together.
Yeah,
So cool, man.
It was
loved
so
it.
good.
I loved it, man. Yeah.
It was funny because I saw the emails flying. I saw Brandon saying, Nathan, you did a great job on that article. Like, truly just so creative. And then right after that, Trace, like, he was texting me while Brandon was sending you that email. It was so cool.
So cool, man. Yeah, dude, it's so creative. And the thing, the hook was that very first, it was like that very first thing. It said like The Dark Knight, and I was like, oh my gosh, that like speaks directly to me. We got Seamus in the comments here too saying great work, Nathan. But
Shout out
man.
Seamus.
Yeah, it's
even though he's
cool,
a Cowboys fan.
Yeah.
He is a Cowboys fan, sadly. But he's still a good guy. We like Seamus.
And I was born in Dallas, so
well, there you go.
A little bit of a traitor. My whole family's Cowboys fans, but I didn't like the NFL until we lived in New Jersey. So,
yeah.
See, but that's what spices up families. I have like a ton of family from Baltimore, and then my like nuclear family is all Steelers fans. So Christmas Day, I don't know if y'all remember that one. It was like end of season when the Steelers drove down the field through the pass to AB, and he like stretched the ball across the goal line right at the end. That was just special watching that with a family. So yeah, I love when families have like their favorite teams are like the two like biggest rivals out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
My dad was texting me after that game. He was like, it was real late for them because they live in Germany. So he was like, I had to stay up to watch that. And he was like, I can't believe that Aubrey hit that field goal.
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
seriously.
that's pretty crazy. We had Jay on here a few weeks ago too, covering the Commanders. He's a Commanders fan, like I said, but his wife is a Giants fan, so it's really interesting, like that whole divided household. Yeah, cool.
Well, cool. So we're about to dive into this. Before we do, just a reminder to all you watching, we want to hang out with you tonight. So please leave comments. You know, if you have movie title ideas for your favorite team, leave them in the comments. We'll share them on the screen as we go along. We're going to try to get through at least half the NFL tonight in a kind of a random but controlled order. I just want to remind everybody, subscribe to the channel.
Please.
You know, subscribe to us on YouTube and Twitter. Follow us on Instagram. You know, share us with your friends and family. It just does wonders in the algorithm to get us visible. We're doing 3 shows a week right now. We've got articles going crazy online at the fanfeednetwork.com, which is where you can find Nathan's article that was dropped earlier this week. And I highly, highly recommend you go read it. It is a fantastic read for sports fans and non-sports fans alike. And yeah, with that, and I do want to remind people, because I always forget this one, that we are on podcast. You can, if you can't watch us live on Thursday night, Sunday night, or Tuesday night, you can follow us anywhere you get your podcast, and we'll be there waiting for you to hang out on your drive into work or your drive home from work. So anyway, with that, I'm going to turn it over to Nathan, because I want him to tell us more about his Giants article and the movie titles he has for his New York Giants after this last week.
Well, like I said, the Dart Night was the whole inspiration for this. So Jaxson Dart comes in. I mean, I said a couple weeks ago, I just wanted him to look competent and confident, and I think he did. I think him and Scadaboo are like, he's in a pod running head down, just like not getting stopped. Besides at the goal line, but hopefully maybe he'll give Dable another call around midnight this week and they can figure that out.
Nathan, do you watch The Office?
A little bit, not too much.
So there's this scene where Dwight, he's kind of like the I don't know, he's kind of like the dumb guy, I guess, in the show, and he's just like, there's this scene where he's got a football and he's just running around the office just like pushing people. And I saw somebody on Twitter, they were like Camp Scatterbo anytime he touches the ball. It's so crazy. He's like kicking people over. Like, it's so funny. Anyway, sorry.
It's like, I was actually like, this is like, sounds corny, but I was straight laughing out loud just watching him run. And it's so funny. It's like, it's a 4-yard gain, but it takes like 10 seconds. And then it's just like 3 people are hanging off the back of him and his head is still like this. It's hilarious.
Yeah. It's scary.
But unfortunately, it wasn't all good. I had the second movie title I used was The Curse of the Were-Turf, because unfortunately it did again, twice actually, if you count Joe Alt's, which was good for the Giants, not so good for Joe Alt.
Yeah.
But it got Malik Neighbors, which is so sad. Oh, because the first completion from the first completion from Dart to Neighbors was so nice. I was like, I'm getting excited. It's gonna be big, and it didn't last much longer than that, unfortunately.
We got so robbed.
MetLife gets again.
Yeah, we got so robbed. Like, Neighbors was about to have such a good season, and Dart too. Like, I still think Dart's gonna have a great season, but man, that just sucks to lose Neighbors. Like, that's like a match made in heaven, those two.
Oh my gosh. We somebody in my fantasy league, they had Tyreek and they had Malik Neighbors, and same week, lost both of them same week. Unbelievable.
That's awful.
I saw a guy, he lost Malik Neighbors on Sunday and traded for Tyreek on Monday morning and got hurt.
Oh my God.
Oh, it's pain.
And well, heal up. You got any more about the Giants?
Yeah. This is the one I was like, you never seen Soul, that Pixar movie?
Oh yeah.
I was like, I felt I was getting into the zone, and I was like, I'm gonna do Rush Hour, because I remember one of them, Burns or Thibodeau, somebody said it in the offseason. And I looked it up because I haven't seen the full movie. I've seen bits and pieces of it on TV and stuff, but I forgot that his name is Carter, and I was like, "This is perfect."
Yeah.
Carter and his partner, and they were cooking last week. I know it was against Plumbers after Joe Wall went out, but man, they looked crazy, and they made Justin Herbert's day pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then this one I have, and I'm a little bit like critiquing myself here. I put the Fast and the Furious Scatabo Drift, but I wish I would have put the not fast but furious because he is slow, but he is furious, man.
That's right.
And he is playing with fire with all those backflips. He's got to stop doing that, even though it's sick. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, especially on the turf monster, dude.
On the turf, oh,
You
he's
can't
crazy.
do that.
But he is
a psycho.
He's insane.
No regard for his own health.
And then the last one I had was G-Men, Dable's Last Stand, and we're hoping that Jaxson Dart hits that Phoenix Force. He goes crazy. We'll see. I think he did what I was expecting him to do, like the positive side, and then it's going to get a lot harder from here. But that's just kind of how it goes.
He does get one nice game here against New Orleans this week, which that's nice. But without Malik, he's going to be throwing to neighbors, and I can't believe Darius Slayton is still playing football.
Yeah,
and they re-signed him.
Stuck around. Yeah, crazy. And but the rest of the season, like you said, is really tough.
Yeah,
Slayton's always played good in spots, but it's just never lasts. He's like a good, role receiver.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this, Nathan? How do you feel about Daboll? Like, are you like rooting for him to keep his job?
I have like mixed feelings on it where I like him. I think he's a little bit like intense. He's nowhere like I think compared to Joe Judge, it's like anything's better than that. But it's like I still think he knows like he's competent on offense when he has a quarterback that he likes, and it seems like he likes Jaxson Dart. And I think if that works out, then it's good. I don't have anything against him. Like I'm not like he has to go. I don't have any like fundamental issues with how he calls plays or anything like that. Besides in the red zone.
Right.
But as a Texas fan, I'm kind of used to that. Sark is the same way. None of my teams can score when they get in the red zone. It's incredibly frustrating. It's right there.
Definitely. No, I've just been curious because there's like.
But I think like the overwhelming majority of people are just like thinking. But I also don't know like who's better. Honestly, I think if they do fire him, I would take Gruden just because he likes. If you've seen the clips of him when Dart was on his show, those two together is really funny, and I think it would marry well. But otherwise, like I don't know who else you're going to go out and get right now. It's coming to New York.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, New York's like notoriously tough, and John Gruden would be a fun fit in New York. He's so funny.
Really funny. It would be at least must-watch TV.
Well, thank you for that article. I mean, like, I loved it. It's very fresh. And so now we're going to continue and we're going to go through as many as we can of these teams that have been submitted to us by our writers. So we're going to shout out the writers, guys. If you, have any names that you want to throw in the hat, reminder to comment. And then also with all these writers, make sure you go find them on FanFeed. And read some of their articles. So I'll go next. And this one's about the New York Jets. This is by Jessica Lydon. I don't know how to pronounce it, but Jessica, this is for you. She gave us 4 movie titles for the Jets to describe their 2025 season. So starts out with The Dark Knight. Seems like a popular pick.
Nice.
Because the Jets are scrappy. They're that scrappy superhero in a city that's under siege. The defense is doing heroic stuff, but the offense is the Joker that keeps wrecking the plan. It's chaotic, unpredictable, and constantly undermining the mission. And that feels so real. Although the offense did look good for the last 10 minutes of Monday night's game. She also put the Titanic. So comparing them to the Jets, to the Titanic, massive buildup, huge expectations, brand new coach. Justin Fields comes in. Could he resurrect his career? Run everything full speed ahead, and then all these small cracks, these injuries, these turnovers, red zone failures open up and threaten sinking the entire thing. And people are jumping ship. I wouldn't say fans are jumping ship just yet, but it's probably pretty annoying. They did show what's his name? What is I always forget his name, the coach for the Jets.
Oh, Aaron Glenn?
Oh yeah.
Aaron Glenn.
Yep.
Yeah, they kept showing his face and he just looked so sad and depressed.
I
feel like
the Jets will do that to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I saw a clip. It was like Robert Saleh, Aaron Glenn. There was another coach who was before both of them, and they all just had the same face, just like puppy dog. All right, these last two. So Star Wars, The Force Awakens. New hope once again, fresh faces, promising moments, and a sense of maybe this is the restart for the New York Jets. But so far, the shadows of past failures, familiar foes, and high risk of repeating mistakes has proven to make the Jets a little less exciting, a little less hopeful.
Dang.
And the last one is the edge of tomorrow. You get hope, you get blown out, you get hurt, and then the season feels like Groundhog's Day, but with helmets. Just when you think things might click, they reset.
Have you guys seen that movie?
That's one of the only ones I've on here, other than Magnificent Seven, which we'll get into later.
Yeah.
Edge of Tomorrow is one I've never seen.
Dude, go watch it tonight.
Most of it, yeah. When it had, isn't that the one that had like 6 different titles?
Yeah.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah. It's like the marketing team could not figure out what they wanted to call it after it was already out.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it. I'm not like a huge Tom Cruise fan, and not for any particular reason. I did like oh my gosh, I'm so bad with names. The Airplane movie, Top Gun. The Airplane movie.
How you not?
How would you sound like a child? Yeah, that one's sick, but I have to give it a shot. So
yeah.
All right, Trey, you want to hit us with yours?
Maybe eventually she can call the Jets Top Gun. Man, that would be so fitting.
That would be sick.
If they're
take off.
flying. Yeah.
You need a Maverick, and maybe they get it in the draft in 2026.
In my notes, I put Fields of Nightmares instead of Field of Dreams, unfortunately.
That's so good.
But because I was really excited after the first week. They looked great, even though they lost.
Yeah.
But I haven't even really been paying attention to the Jets after that.
Yeah. I don't think the Jets have been paying attention to the Jets after that. Anyways, moving on to some more depressing teams, I guess. So Anthony Montgomery, he submitted for the Titans, The Pursuit of Happiness. You guys seen that?
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will Smith, plays Chris Gardner. He's a homeless, unemployed man. He's got a son and lots of responsibility, right? And basically, Anthony's saying that, at this phase, the 0-4, they're kind of going through all of that, all of those struggles that is happening, honestly, pretty much throughout the duration of the movie. That happens like for like all hour and 45 minutes or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's all that happens. Just bad thing after bad thing after bad thing.
So bad.
And he equates that to, just problems in every phase of the game. That's what's going on with the Titans. And then, at some point, he gets this, unpaid internship at this brokerage firm, right? I'm not going to spoil anything necessarily, but he parallels it to Cam Ward coming into a Tennessee Titans team that's just struggling, right? Like they can't, they're not going to be able to do anything for you. You're going to have to do everything for them. He kind of ends it with saying like, there's a brighter future at the end of this. And he said it may not be this year or next year, but it's going to come eventually, which is kind of depressing. What do you guys think about that?
Very Titans response.
More like an unpaid intern for sure. They're like, good luck to you. Here's all of our problems. And had Forget the Titans. Unfortunately, another one sad.
Yeah.
Such a good movie though. I was thinking of
such a good movie.
Denzel Washington puns after that. I had 3 or 4 that came to my head. I was like, man.
But sticking with the pursuit of happiness, we actually had two of our writers write about the same team. Can you guys?
Gosh,
Well, I
they're
don't
all
know if you guys
depressing.
have seen it, but can you guess the team I might be thinking about who also picks the pursuit of happiness?
2.
Cleveland?
Not
Yeah, that
Cleveland.
was okay. Carolina.
We got Carolina.
That's
Yeah.
the other one. Okay.
Kendrick McKnight. Kendrick, I don't know if you're watching or listening, my guy, but same thing. So he's talking about the same struggles, but he actually pegs Chris Gardner, the Will Smith character, as GM Dan Morgan out in Carolina. And he's basically saying like he's trying to build this version of triumph through the draft and free agency and strategic player development. Bryce Young is a little bit of that Chris Gardner role, but yeah, same thing. But he kind of parallels this season to the brighter futures. That's why I'm not going to spoil anything if you haven't seen the movie, although it came out like 2004, so it's like 2 decades old. You should watch it.
It's not a spoiler anymore. You're just
not spoiling
lazy and you
anything.
need to go watch it.
Things work out in the end for Will Smith and Jaden Smith. But yeah, his brighter future is having a winning season. So that's what Kendrick is really hoping happens this year with the Carolina Panthers. I hope so too, man. I hope that's that happens for them. I like the Panthers, and it sucks to see them get beat down and then crush the Falcons and then get beat down all over again. It's just man.
I mean, when I moved here in 2015, I moved here in 2014, and then the next year it all blew up, and it was so fun. Like everybody was going crazy. I was in middle school, and it was like I had Cam Newton as my background. I didn't even like the Panthers. It was just like, how could you not enjoy that? It was so fun.
Yeah.
Interesting first date idea would be a double feature Will Smith movie night of Pursuit of Happiness followed by 7 Pounds. Who says no?
Oh my gosh.
This is called scaring the chicks, scaring the girls. All right, I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna give a more positive one because the vibes are abysmal right now. We're gonna go with Logan Lazarchik. He's you see him every Tuesday night on the Fantasy Football Podcast. He's our Chiefs writer, and he wrote Back to the Future, which just feels so appropriate and
so
especially so timely, especially with how much Trea was parading around in the offseason that this was the Chiefs' end of the dynasty.
It's a long season.
It is a long season.
You had a great 2 weeks, and now it's crashing down.
Yeah.
The first 2 weeks were really bad. But anyway, Logan wrote, reason one is that the Chiefs turned back the clock with the speedster receiver opening up explosive plays. Xavier Worthy coming back, just being, Xavier Worthy. I'm shocked that he came back from that shoulder injury so fast. Definitely thought he was going to miss time and was terrified that he was going to get hit and just re-injure it. So, but it just made the offense so much better. So I love that. Reason number 2, Patrick Mahomes produced his best performance last week in 2 years.
Dang, really?
Yeah, 4 touchdowns.
Wow.
Really turned back the clock. And he just looked good. Last year we saw him missing all those deep balls, almost wide open. And just the offense just feeling so sluggish. And finally last week they got it going. But if anybody's going to help you get your offense going, it's going to be the Baltimore Ravens defense.
Confidence booster.
Yeah.
Shout out Valdemar. Me and him could not have been more wrong about this defense. I thought they were going to be so much better after the draft.
Oh yeah, so did I.
Yeah,
dude, they need to fire that D coordinator tomorrow. And last reason is Rashee Rice returning in week 7. Kansas City's offense could replicate the days of Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, and Sammy Watkins. So with Kelce kind of growing old, they get Xavier Worthy running the Tyreek Hill routes. They get Rashee running the Travis Kelce role, which to me is almost even better because Rashee can make a lot more plays after the catch than Kelce could, even though he was great. No shade. I don't know who the Sammy Watkins is here. Maybe Tyquan Thornton. Just the guy that will hopefully he's like a 50-50 guy deep down the field. I don't know. Sammy Watkins was never
He's making him look like that.
Yeah.
He's making Tyquan Thornton look great. I mean,
Yeah.
Xavier Worthy's crazy to me. I don't like he weighs the same amount that I do, or I probably weigh more
Yeah,
than him.
bro.
And
Yeah, bro.
I'm not taking hits, you know.
Heck
But
no.
I
Especially
don't
not
know.
with a
I
bum
don't know how
shoulder.
he does it. He's just kind of like a little bit like Lamar, where like he's so slippery, nobody gets a good shot on him. You don't get your shoulder into his chest. Like
Yeah.
it's really he slips off people.
Yeah.
That helps when you're so skinny, but he's so fun to watch. Unfortunately, I was so pissed that he got to the Chiefs or that the Bills traded that pick after
Uh,
watching him for 3 years, just torch everybody.
Worthy with Josh Allen would be fun.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's
I'll
it for the
keep it
Chiefs.
going
Let's pass you on to
with
Nathan.
I'll keep it going with some higher vibes. We're gonna go with the Colts. This is from Becca White, and she said Rocky, where they have the underdog mentality, and I think that starts with their quarterback who was cast off, thrown away like an old toy, and now he's finding his new home. And
Yeah.
he is, I mean, he's not doing anything super special, but he is actually pushing the ball down the field. I was looking at it today. He's fifth in average air yards, and if you watched him for the last however long in New York, you would not believe that. You would say, no way. But I mean, he's got weapons. Jonathan Taylor looks like the MVP, and Tyler Warren is so good. He made like if you're familiar with college football, you know that he made Drew Aller look good last year, and Drew Aller is good. And Becca also said that their resilience against setbacks, you know, the famous quote, it's not about how hard you can get hit, it's about how hard you get hit and get back up. Whatever, you
Yeah.
know the quote. And they're facing some quarterback uncertainty, injuries, and they were really, really bad last year. And then, you know, the whole deal with Anthony Richardson and now putting in Daniel Jones. I mean, when they did that, I thought it was like punting this season, but they started off red hot. Their defense looks pretty good. I mean, I keep seeing clips though, like they do have Xavier Howard starting at corner, which is like
Did
that's how you
Did you
get
see
Tutu Atwell down
Did you see
down the
he
sideline.
retired?
He
He
retired yesterday.
retired? Oh, no way.
Puka put him in the retirement
Who
home.
could put him in the retirement home? Okay.
Literally, like
I
seriously.
mean,
I know I'm
Handed
joking,
all
over.
right. Well, then I mean, if he was starting, who knows who's behind him? So
Yeah.
we don't know how that'll go. But I mean, the Colts were like nobody's expecting them to be here. Quick shout out Leatu Latu. He is so good,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
fun to watch. His hands are immaculate. Like he is just beating the tackles almost every time. He's
Yeah.
crazy.
I think that the Rocky parallel is perfect for this team because you're right. Like nobody expected them to do anything. And yes, I mean, we're just heading into week 5 of the NFL season, but they're 3-1 and, you know, they lost to a very good Rams team. Right. And I don't know, man, like even myself, I said on this podcast, you can go back and listen to it. I think they're going to be the worst team in the NFL this year. I said that. And I'm eating crow. I've been eating crow for a little bit now, but they look real, man. I mean, everywhere, like across the board, like offensively, defensively, they just look like they've got what it takes to actually make an AFC push. As weird as that is to sound with Daniel Jones at the helm, but
that's what
go
I was
Rocky.
gonna ask you guys. Does this feel like sorry, Cam, one of those Steelers teams where they're like their record is so good, but you're like that's a first round exit team, or do you think they can? I don't think they can go to the Super Bowl, but I think they could win, a wild card game, win a divisional game.
Yeah, I think it definitely depends on the matchup. Because I think it's the offense that's carrying them, and even going back to the Rocky comparison, like Mick and Rocky, Mick being his coach, I think Shane Steichen is just coaching Danny and just being like, dude, don't do anything crazy, just throw the slant, just throw the crosser, and it's working out really well. But I think the defense is just not very good, and I think that's what's going to catch up with them. I think they're going to be a fun team, and they'll probably make it to the wild card. Once you get into December, starting playing playoff football, we've seen these teams that don't have defenses unless you have like an elite offense like Joe Burrow and the Bengals, it's really hard to win in December. You know, like if you watched Indianapolis go and play Baltimore in the first round, like I don't know, Derrick Henry is just going to demolish them.
We'll talk. I guess we'll probably get to Baltimore later, won't we? But if they even can get to the first round at this point.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Steelers got the division in wraps, dude, after you just negatively talked about them.
Well, speaking of,
I mean, and Lamar's
division,
going to be out for like 2 or 3 weeks. Like, I don't know, man. They might be.
I mean, they're looking
them
at
in Cincinnati
Lamar
already
is
out.
2 and 3 weeks, or 2 to 3 weeks. That's like 1 and 5. They're staring that down, and that's like that's not a good hole to be in.
Yeah,
100%. I had one more movie just for the Colts.
Go ahead.
Real quick, Nathan. Just Indiana Jones and the Horseshoe Hex. I just think that's just the perfect name. I've seen so many people saying it. I don't know if it.
Jones one. Couldn't think of one.
I didn't think it means anything really, but it is fun to say Indiana Jones.
Yeah, because I mean he fits way better in Indiana than he did in New York.
Yeah, 100%.
He looks way more comfortable.
Yes, he does. So anyway, back to you, Nathan.
Yeah. Moving on back to the AFC North and a little bit back in the sad hours. This is from Julia Abernethy, and she did the Bengals, and she compared it to them to Scream, which I'm not a horror guy, so you guys might have to help me out with this one.
Yeah.
But she says that they're having a horror of unpredictable scares. You know, I mean, Joe Burrow's not the healthiest guy in the world, but you don't predict a turf toe injury to keep him out for 3 months. That sucks, especially when and they started out 2-0. Even that's another surprise there. But she says now they have no safety net, and they're shifting. Their villains are shifting. Like they're the killer in the movie, who I don't know if they have a name. I've never seen it, but their woes are shifting. You know, every week it's something new. It was like they couldn't run the ball. Now they're actually kind of towards the middle of the league running the ball. They're not awful anymore, like historically bad like they were a couple weeks ago. But they're still 48-10 to the Vikings is a tough look. And then Broncos game.
So 28-3.
Not good. Really
that was a
bad.
painful one.
So,
Dang.
I mean,
the refs were rigged,
Marlon's frustrated. Yeah,
dude, I was actually watching that game. If you guys don't know, I'm a Broncos fan. I was watching that game going, holy cow. I was if you two in particular don't know, I was watching that game going, what are these calls? Like, that is not a penalty on the Bengals. That is a penalty on the Broncos. It was crazy. They were, I don't know what they were smoking that day, man.
They were smoking that Broncos really need a bounce back.
Yeah. Like, which one of these teams will be fun in the playoffs? Anyways, his name's Ghostface, by the way, Nathan. I'm not a horror guy either, but I know that, Ghostface Killer, right?
Ghostface. I do know that. I didn't know that was his name.
Yeah.
It's not. That's what he was called. But maybe that's what the Bengals will be doing, screaming come Sunday when they play the Lions, which is my next movie. This is by Stephanie Beeching, and she says that the Lions are like the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I like this one a lot. This is like she has Hutchinson as Drax the Destroyer.
Perfect.
And he's Drax the Destroyer. He's his pressure rate is insane. And they are I think he's reaching that. He's not Parsons or Garrett, but he is right below. I think he's I don't know, Cam. Is he catching your boy? Is he catching your boy?
I'm just upset that you didn't even put TJ Watt in the first grouping. So
Nick Benito. Nick Benito's got more sacks than both of those guys.
Yeah, that's true. I was about to mention him. Shout out Nick Benito.
He's like a Jalen Walker.
Great. And then she did say Goff is Star-Lord, which he is. He's leading that team right now, and he's shooting. He's taking his shots. They're doing after that first week, which is crazy to think about if you just watched Sunday Night Football. What happened to the Packers there? they just completely shut down the Lions, and then since then they've been kind of scorched earth. Like they have been
Right.
going crazy. And then everybody else, you have Amon-Ra, you have Jahmyr Gibbs, you have Sam Laporta. Like they are, and I think or she has Dan Campbell as Yondu, so like the heartbeat. He's the
Yeah.
soul, and I think that is what I had. Like they don't need coordinators. He's kind of like I'm not gonna put him on this level like Saban in Alabama, where like it's a revolving door. But at this point, it's been kind of similar, where like the coordinators keep changing, and he's still plugging on. They don't. Obviously, it's only week 5, but they haven't had that brain drain year like the Eagles did, and after they went to the first Super Bowl, where it was like, what is going on? Like, what does Sirianni even do? Like those were the questions flying around the Eagles. They still look good. They had that 4th down, 4th and 1, the jet sweep to Amon-Ra option that was sick. And like if they're still coming up with cool stuff like that, then I trust the Lions for now.
Yeah, we talked about this a little bit last week. It just seems like I remember saying this last week. Like the first week, it almost looked like they were still in their preseason form, and they just hadn't moved on to the regular season yet. And like you said, ever since then, scorched earth. I mean, it feels like they can drop 50 in any game, like any single game they play. Like if they want to, they can just do it. It's I like that one.
Like now, if like going off like your preseason take, like if they just were not prepared for Micah, or like that's just because it happened like I don't know how many days before the game, like a few days before the game,
a couple
right?
few days,
like 3-4
like
days,
not even. And like if you're not prepared for that, like Panay Sewell, you're not mentally prepared to face that kind of edge rusher. It's like, well, now he's sacking your quarterback, and then you're kind of cooked.
Yeah,
they've looked great since then.
Yeah, and it was a divisional game. I think it was in Green Bay, like outdoors. When we were talking preseason, I said that the Lions were going to regress some, and I was right. They regressed in week 1, but they have regressed right back to where they were before. So that's just, you're always right when you talk about regression. But I think you're right. Like Dan Campbell's an incredible coach, and to see the offense continue to be creative, and the defense, like that's the big thing for me this year is the defense is healthy. Can they stay healthy? When they're healthy, they're a really good unit that gives them a great chance to win because they're opportunistic. I love the Lions.
Yeah.
So, all right, back to me. Let's go. We're going to go with the Patriots. This is another hopeful one. This is from our writer, Alex Percy, another fellow on the fantasy show on Tuesdays. And we got another Star Wars reference, Star Wars, A New Hope. So after years, this is so good. Alex did a great job on this. After years of the old Jedi Order, you just imagine this as the like script that's like floating down from the sky.
Yeah.
Can't hear you.
After years of the old Jedi Order, the Belichick way, governing over the galaxy, the old Republic was overthrown by the dark side of the Force, aka the Chiefs. Despite the oppression of the rest of the league by Kansas City, a beloved protagonist emerges, Drake May. And with him comes hope of bringing back the Jedi way. He is aided by an essential member of the old Jedi Council who is in hiding, unemployment, named Mike Vrabel. Vrabel plays the role of Obi-Wan Kenobi, teaching Drake May the ways of the Patriot past. In recent weeks, May has finally begun to show mastery of the Force, a.k.a. the NFL offense. I just thought this was well done.
Great.
The depth in this one, it's so perfect for where they are. And I mean, like especially like the Vrabel is playing the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yeah. Like that in itself is so
he's
cool.
Coming out of hiding. That's great.
Yeah.
Coming out of hiding. And Drake May, I think Drake May is playing so well right now. I think obviously we're really high on him right now after the blowout against the Panthers. I want to see him do it against some of these tougher defenses because their offense looked pretty sluggish still at the beginning of the season, but they are playing better as a unit, which is really exciting for Patriots fans and really painful for those of us who just got finished watching the dynasty, rule for 15 years. probably longer, 20 years.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, really excited about Drake May. He's a very exciting young player.
Yeah. I promised Logan, our Chiefs writer, I promised him I would talk about this too, because I actually want to go back to the Chiefs really quick. But a movie that I had for them, it sucks that I'm saying this because it's my most hated team and it's my favorite movie of all time is the Lord of the Rings. Naturally, right? Because they have all these rings.
Return of the King.
But it's like this super long journey and this super hard journey to like make it to this mountaintop that they're trying to reach. And there's just obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, and this group of men that's getting saved along the way by these like miracles, right? That's what's happening. Like there's no way that a group of like whatever it is, like 300 men should defeat this army of 10,000, right? But then that some miracle happens and they get there, and I mean, I'm not spoiling this either. It's almost 30 years old, but in the end, they finally, get up to the mountaintop where they're supposed to be. And that's just what it seems like to me with the Chiefs, is that they're just, they're looking more and more like themselves and just climbing that mountaintop. Anyway, so not spending too much time on that. Not going to give them too many flowers. They get plenty of that. Anyways, I want to jump to the Cowboys really quick. So Lee Jones, he's one of our two Cowboys writers. And Seamus, if you're watching, drop your take here too. But he said Saving Private Ryan. Man, one of my favorite movies of all time. I love it. Because what they're trying to do is the team is out to save Dak Prescott. He's basically the only shining part of this team. And he's comparing it to them, basically saying that there's a barrage of injuries and a porous defense and all this kind of stuff that's basically chaotic for the entire team. It's basically it's terrible, right? It's this, you can't win in these kind of situations. And the big thing is he actually compared like the casualties in the movies to like the injuries on the team. He like CeeDee Lamb and Tyler Booker and Cooper Beebe, and like those are the casualties that you're going through in order to save this guy. But outside of that, they're this little unit is performing out of their minds, right, to get there and to save him, and that's exactly what Dak is doing. And I didn't know this, but he's already got like over 1,000 yards passing. He's like 11-19 is what he's at right now. 121 completions, pretty crazy considering they're like 1, 2, and 1 on the season.
Right.
I thought that one was good.
Well, I went
liked
for the
it.
Dak CD stack, like every fantasy league I could.
Same.
That too.
Yeah.
It'll come back strong. Trust the process.
Yeah.
Because
It's a long
I'm right
season.
there with you. Yeah, that's right. It's a long season. One little note, because I think you might have left this part out, but I love this part, was defensive coordinator Matt Eberflus cast as the villainous German leader behind the defense's failures, emphasizing physical, emotional toll of the roster. It's so real, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Matt Eberflus, just
Matt
a
Eberflus,
total
everywhere he goes.
zero.
Man.
Shane Waldron and Eberflus should just be like sent on a rocket to the moon. Just leave them there.
He is the enemy, man. He's the ally to everybody not named the Cowboys. That's for sure.
Yeah.
They should go wherever Adam Gase goes, or where he went.
I mean,
They should, or him and Joe Judge, they should all find a
That's right.
nice little island to hang out.
all right.
And-
Let me see. I'm debating.
One
Should I do
movie
should I
title
say
for this one
Broncos
real
for-
quick?
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick, I don't want to cut you off. I had How to Lose a DPOY in 10 Days. If you know. And if you know the cover for that, just like imagine, Kate Hudson is Jerry Jones and Micah, they're leaning on each other. And it's
So perfect.
so good.
Man, that is
so
good. Oh my gosh, that's so good. I'm debating. Should I save the Broncos for last, or should I save?
Save your Broncos.
Yeah, I'll save the Broncos for last. So I'll hit the Vikings really quick. And Alex Gast, he's our Vikings writer. Obviously, he actually went a different way with this, which is kind of cool. He went to like the whole Marvel landscape, and he's just choosing different players on their team to be different characters in the Marvel universe, which I think is pretty cool. But kind of, you guys saw, the thumbnail here. JJ McCarthy, he's Spider-Man, young cocky rookie, sidelined by a high ankle sprain in week 2 after a rocky debut. He's relying on the guy in the chair, Josh McCown, to unlock his potential. All right, pretty cool. And then he's just chasing the shadow of his mentor Tom Brady, like Peter Parker does to become an Avenger. That's what he does, like when he first comes out, right? Tom Holland is just like following Iron Man around. He's got Justin Jefferson as Thor, basically explosive. He's flying, quote, past defenders, already got like 326 yards on the season. And he's got Brian Flores, the defense. Brian Flores' defense as the Hulk, which I think is very, very fitting. Man, their defense is so good. I just love the way they line up, because you literally have no idea what they're going to do. Like they'll line like 9 guys up on the line, which is pretty crazy. And then they'll like drop like 3 of them back in coverage, or they're blitzing. Like you have no idea. It's so cool to me to watch that Vikings defense. He's got let me see. He's got the offensive line as Bruce Banner. Not the Hulk, just Bruce Banner. He's beat up and underpowered, like Banner is without his boost or his muscle boost. And then he's let me see. He's got a bunch of them here. You guys really need to go check out this article, because there's a lot that we're leaving out that you should go look at. Fanfeednetwork.com. Check this out. But let me see. Jordan Mason, he's the Black Panther. Deceptively strong. He's fast, quick, underrated newcomer. He's got elite potential. Right. He's got 214 yards, 2 touchdowns on 40 carries, which is like 5.5 per clip or something. And he's already 15th in league yards, which is pretty wild considering, how the season started. And I'm skipping a couple of them. I'm even skipping, Carson Wentz and Kevin O'Connell. So if you guys want to hear the rest of that, go check out the article, because it's really, really good. But the one thing he says is missing from the Vikings is Iron Man. Intentionally. And the Vikings are boasting like the Avengers level talent, but really lack the Tony Stark, the flair. And he's saying McCarthy is going to have to evolve into that, that leader to really grab the Infinity Gauntlet and turn everything into, into a victory. But yeah, so it's really cool stuff that all of our writers are putting out. I'm really excited to hear the rest of what you guys got too.
Yeah, I love the Vikings one. That was very creative. Like, casting everybody. All right, moving on, because we got about 10 minutes left.
Yeah,
so we'll try to roll through some of these quicker. This one is about the Buccaneers by Davis Fogg.
Davis is joining us tonight too.
And Davis will be joining us tonight, which is sick. So well done, Davis. And this is actually a movie now I had to add to my list. I said it earlier. I watched like a 15-minute recap of it on YouTube, and it looks sick. I can't believe I missed this one.
Wait,
basically,
I think we should actually get Davis and Rocco to talk about those.
We could do that.
Yeah,
let's do that. That'll save us time
when we
let's do that. Then I'm going to move on to the Bears from Dominic Orico. I got all the fantasy guys. I love it. My buddies. He compares the Bears to Creed, not the band, even though the band would be a good one. They're the GOAT. But Creed, the new movies with Michael B. Jordan, said that Adonis Creed is the new face of the story. So Adonis Creed is Caleb Williams in this picture. And Caleb's fighting for the respect that he deserves, he feels, and to shed the old name and reputation of the past Bears teams and players. I mean, we've talked about how bad the Bears quarterback situation has been, even with Jay Cutler. I mean, Jay Cutler statistically was okay, but dude, I've never seen more of a weenie. Like, I'm not a big Cutler fan. Maybe Trey feels differently, ex-Bronco. But, the whole movie's about this guy Adonis's attempt to gain respect. So there's a lot of struggle and rebuilding, and it's your classic boxing movie. The workouts, the fights, the struggles outside of the fights, and that's really what's going on with the Bears. You see a team with a brand new coach, revamped offense, struggling defense, really struggling, and struggling offensive line, just trying to find an identity and kind of put their name in the hat, if you will. So I thought this was a great comparison.
Yeah.
That's a good one. They're kind of
good.
like a young boxer. Like they're just trying to go offense, and they've been struggling on defense. I don't know. I think Caleb's been doing well.
I think
he looks a little bit shaky at times, like that Vikings game, but like he looks. I know you can just watch it on the broadcast. He looks fast, and I think that's like his running ability is really showing up, and that's like opening a new dimension for Ben Johnson, who needs who really wants a running game that they just don't have because they have DeAndre Swift.
Right.
So I think that will help them, but I don't know if they can shed the defense, especially in that division.
Yeah, definitely this year is probably not going to be the year we see them take that big step, but just to see them be competent, it's kind of like the Jaxson Dart thing. Year one, we want to see them just be competent, and I think Caleb's improving. I think we saw that Vikings defense is actually way better than we thought. I will say really quick before we move on that I heard on a podcast probably months ago during the offseason, somebody compared them to the TV show The Bear. I don't know if anybody's seen The Bear.
I haven't watched it.
It's
it's great. It's amazing.
Incredible show. But for anyone who hasn't seen it, it's a chef show. So Chef Carmy, he goes off to chef school, culinary school, becomes this world-renowned chef. His brother dies, and he comes back home to take over his brother's restaurant and has all this pressure on him to kind of like honor his brother's legacy by making this restaurant work and to prove to everyone that he's good. And the person on the podcast compared Ben Johnson to Chef Carmy, where there's so many scenes in that show when they're in the kitchen and everything's like so intense, and he's just like so hyper fixated on like perfection that he's missing everything around him. He's like, I need hands. He's just screaming and yelling and cussing. And if it's not like perfectly his way, then just get out of my kitchen. And that's kind of how Ben Johnson feels right now. It's like, dude, I don't think I've seen him smile once.
No, he looks intense.
He looks insane, dude. He gave the Adam Gase eyes last week.
Yeah, he did.
There was that halftime reporter who came up and asked him questions, and she was like, she said, do you think there's anything you need to change with the offense? And he thought she said, you need to change the offense. And he was like so snarky back. He was like, oh, you think so? No, we're good. We'll be fine. And it was like really awkward. It's like watching your parents argue. That's not
He's
good.
defensive, which
I love when coaches do that. It's so funny. Like they just black out and forget their media training in the middle of the game. Because I mean, imagine you're like in the most high pressure situation of your life, and somebody's like, "So, what do you think you should fix right now?"
Yeah,
it's so fun.
You just had 15 holding penalties. What do you think you should fix? Well, obviously the holding penalties. Like to a degree, I get it. But anyway, I'm moving on. Nathan, hit me with your next one.
All right. This is pretty fitting for tonight. This is from Soleil Dam, who is the 49ers writer. And she put it as Friday Night Lights. That's theirs right now. Their star players injured. I mean, all of their star players are injured. We can say that.
Yeah.
Every single one, pretty much. Their backups have come in, and like they're 3-1. So I mean, it's not like it's falling apart over there. Kyle Shanahan is using like Scotch tape and Gorilla Glue. I don't know what he's doing over there, but he is, he's working well. And they utilize a fullback just like Coach Taylor did. But
yeah,
I had it as the $265 million arm. That was mine for them. Like
that's good.
Brock Purdy came back and he looks rough. I mean, and then he just got hurt again. So that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's also like
Dallas
they
buyer's
are.
remorse.
There's remorse. I mean, there's a lot of that going around for some of these quarterbacks for sure.
Yeah.
But I think
Yeah,
like
man.
it's just so unfortunate. Like I was just doing a little bit of digging for tonight's show, and it was like Juwan Jennings out, Ricky Pearsall, Brock Purdy's out, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just, and it's like there's only so much Kyle Shanahan can do. He can't put the helmet on anymore.
Right.
He's not going out there to catch balls or from Mac Jones tonight.
Yeah.
So,
We'll have to ask Rocco about this too when we bring him on, because he's a big 49ers fan. So I want to see if he's got any other parallels to that. But I agree with you. Yeah, I don't. It's some. I would tell you you're crazy if you told me this squad was 3-1. But they're just good. They're just figuring it out, man. They're just figuring out how to win. But that's what good teams do.
Well coached teams.
Yeah. Cool. We got 3 minutes. This is the last one, I think.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ravens Broncos.
Yeah.
Just do Broncos today.
Yeah, we'll just hit the Broncos. We'll hit the Ravens
Cool.
next
We'll
week.
save it.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Sweet. So Jose Angel Chavez, he was on the podcast a couple weeks ago, hosted one with me, and with Seamus. And he actually gave 4 movie titles, kind of like you did, Nathan. But first one is the Fantastic Front Four, which I thought was really cool.
Nice.
But he's talking about, Zach Allen, John Franklin Myers, Jonathan Cooper, Nick Benito. Pretty crazy line if you ask me. But he likens it to the Fantastic Four because Benito's speed is like a 0.72 second get off, which is unreal. Like that's legitimately like Von Miller levels in his prime. But yeah, he's got like 4.5 sacks already. Nick Benito does. But just as a line, they're just very stout, very, very good. He said, not Starsky and Hutch, but Dobbins and Harvey. That's the next one. You probably like that one, Cam.
I love that one.
Yeah,
I told Jose on the show Sunday night.
Yeah,
that the Broncos, and if they wanted to win, needed to use Harvey. And,
and boy did
right,
they.
Boy was I right.
Yeah, I mean Sean Payton. He watched the show. He texted me afterwards. He said, "Cam is right. I'm just gonna run JK." But yeah, the struggling run game, right? We saw it. But then all of a sudden, like they just hit it. And, just like you said, they both had, I think, over 100 scrimmage yards this past week. Pretty wild for a running game that's been terrible. This one is kind of cool. Troy, the movie Troy, but Troy Franklin, right? Obviously. Troy Franklin is he's obviously reimagined in Troy, ascending from basically what was a very lackluster rookie season. And I can tell you as a Broncos fan, it was frustrating to watch him last year because he just dropped everything that came his way. A couple times this year, and even a couple times in this last game he has too. But outside of those few times, he's really, really turned it on. But he's got almost 200 yards. And Jose says this here, but he's seeming like Bo Nix's key target outside of court, which is it's something to keep an eye on for the rest of the year. But yeah, he's just turning into that lead guy, the main character, if you will. And then last one, we got the usual suspects. And this is our linebacking core. He pointed out Alex Singleton and Justin Strnad. To be fair, Dre Greenlaw still has yet to play down. I think he can come back in week 7 because he got put on IR. I think that's when he comes back, but yeah, they get burned in the pass game. Any tight end or running back matched up on them is gonna get them. They're good tacklers, but man, it sucks without Dre Greenlaw. But yeah, I thought those were really good. I really liked the 4 movies that he picked for the Broncos.
Yeah, those are good. I really like those. Usual Suspects is hilarious.
Yeah.
Had to feel good to see Bo Nix play well.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of.
I mean, it's kind of a theme with receivers learning to catch in the AFC West. So hopefully he can be on that Quentin Johnston arc.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm,
Troy Franklin is like Xavier Worthy, just stretched out
yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
in worse hands.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
cool. No, thank you to all of our writers. We are going to try to do this again next week to finish out the other, I think, 16 teams.
Yeah.
And give you some movie titles then. So stay tuned next week. But for now, we're going to end this segment. We're going to bring on Rocco and Davis to talk about this riveting Thursday night football game. What is up, fellas?
Hi, how are you guys?
Hey.
How we doing?
What's up, Davis? I haven't met you yet, so it's good to have you on the show.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Doing pretty well. How are yourself?
Doing great, man. Doing great. And Rocco, welcome back.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Got your Kittle jersey on. Yeah. Just representing all the dead on the 49ers team. Let's go.
It's going to be a rough one.
Smash the under. Smash the under. So before we get into the game, we had your movie title comparisons here, and Trey brought up a great idea. Why don't you guys just share them with us? So why don't we start with you, Davis, and you give us your movie title comparison.
All right. As I was kind of going through a list of movies I know and have watched recently, The Magnificent Seven stuck out to me. It's based on the original 1960, but I'm more preference to the 2016 one with Denzel Washington and Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
It's a old Western film, your classic kind of style. It's a small farmer town getting raided by just getting pillaged by this one gang over and over again. They hire these 7 unlikely heroes and mercenaries who've never met before to kind of protect them, train them how to fight back. And to me, that's kind of how I envisioned with Baker Mayfield really taking in and Todd Bowles taking in these rookies that have been powerhouses these last 2 years, between Emeka Egbuka and Bucky Irving really leading and dominating the team. And also another important thing about the movie is it's really a tragedy. Sadly, not everyone really makes it out of that situation alive. And the Bucs are kind of going through it right now, man. Between Godwin already starting with the season out, and now Mike Evans is out too, right on his return. You got Bucky Irving, who hasn't been at practice yesterday or today.
Dang.
Mayfield was limited yesterday, and although he did go into it today, all of them are kind of iffy for this week, and they make the team. So it's sad to see them go, but maybe Egbuka can still carry on, and maybe Godwin will get back to his most potential and continue to fight.
Yeah. I thought it was a great comparison. Whoa. What just happened? Oh, there we go. I thought it was a great comparison. I've never seen the movie, but I watched that 15-minute recap, and that's a movie I wanted to see. I actually got a little emotional watching the end of that because it is a tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Chris, I will say I think there's a lot of hope with Chris Godwin. He had 10 targets on Sunday, and his first came back from destroying his knee.
I was really surprised they utilized him that much.
Yeah. And it was different than last year. I think they had Egbuka in the slot a lot more on Sunday, and they had Godwin outside, which he's normally in the slot. So I wonder if that changes over the next couple weeks. But yeah, they definitely got the injury bug, but they just feel like such fighters. Fighters. So I really like that comparison. Rocco, how about you, man? You share yours.
Yeah, so I had the Dolphins. So I think the title pretty much says it all. I picked a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's basically 3 orphans who are getting tormented by this guy named Olaf over and over and over again. So, the Dolphins got blown out the first 2 weeks and then kept it closer than I think anyone expected on Thursday Night Football. Then to finally get their first win, and then Tyreek Hill is basically gone for the year. So he could have been a trade piece for them if things had kept going bad, but now you're just kind of stuck with him. But the end of the movie is actually what I found to be the most similar to the Dolphins, and that is just because it ended with uncertainty. Olaf was still out there, and they didn't really know what was to come in the future, and it's the same thing with the Dolphins. Mike McDaniel is probably not the guy for the future. Is Tua the guy for the future? Remains to be seen, but also probably not. So I think that was a pretty good comparison there.
So is Mike McDaniel Olaf in this scenario?
I mean, I guess so. I would say the entire NFL is Olaf at this point.
yeah. Everyone's just picking on the Dolphins.
Dude,
And,
that Tyreek Hill injury was
oh my gosh,
just, I mean, sad. And
they-
also, like, to see the CTE coming to fruition, like, immediately, that was not good.
And they just kept replaying the injury over and over again. I was like, what are you doing? This is disgusting.
Yeah, they usually don't do that.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, that felt wild. But to see him cheering and just so happy after that injury makes you wonder, like, one, is he just happy to be maybe freed from the Dolphins? Or two, is he just happy to be done with football? Like,
I mean, he might be, because did they say he might be like not next year either, at least for most of the season, right? So
I mean, that was a
like, that's
gruesome injury.
That's 2 years. And how old is Tyreek now? He's at least
He'll be 32.
Yeah. So
that's probably it.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to be as fast as he is. So,
real quick, not to put you on the spot, Rocco, but I don't know if you heard that we or Soleil, she also writes for the 49ers. She said Friday Night Lights. Did you hear that? And if regardless, not to put you on the spot, but like, do you agree with that, and or have another movie that you want to relate the 49ers to?
Yeah, I'd say I agree with that. I think it's definitely a good pick. I think if I was to pick a different movie, I would probably go with Inside Out, because like, from the fan perspective. So like, we're feeling a bunch of different emotions right now. Like 3-1, and that passing defense has still looked really good. I think opposing teams have averaged under 200 passing yards per game against the Niners this year. So thank you, Robert Saleh, for coming back. But
what a dog.
At the same time, all those injuries, you can't help but feel a little bit of sadness, even if there is some joy at being 3-1. So
yeah, that's good. That's perfect. I feel like you can apply that also to like any football team. Like, just some people just have a lot more sadness than joy.
That's right. Yeah, I was trying to think of a movie where everyone dies in the end, and I think it was like Inglourious Bastards and Django Unchained. Nothing else in the movies makes sense, but both of those with everybody dying just reminds me of the Niners right now.
It's Quentin Tarantino, right? Like, pretty much all his movies are like that. Like, everybody dies.
They're all like that.
Yeah,
exactly. So let's do this. Let's get into this Thursday night divisional matchup, the top dogs in the NFC West. My first question to both of you is, how important is this matchup for your team? And let's hear from Davis first.
I think this matchup is really important, mostly to focus on the wide receivers, because the 49ers have, like, throughout this season been really good on passing defense. I think it was they allowed most, like, 180 yards, I think, in one game.
Yeah.
Versus you can get, like, the tanks of Puka Nacua, who can get that just by himself in a game. So have him and Devontae Adams together. I think they're really going to give the 49ers a run for their money on that defensive line. And this is going to be that make or break point to see what is the barrier that can block those two together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a great idea. I didn't realize how good the 49ers defense was. And me and Trea talked about this, that we thought the Niners defense was going to be a lot better. They invested heavily in the defense throughout the draft. They bring back Robert Saleh, but they've been really good. Let me pass it over to Rocco. You tell me.
Yeah, I'd say it's definitely an important game. I think every division game is an important game, but I think if the Niners could somehow find a way to steal a win on the road with Mac Jones starting and, like, whoever at wide receiver and tight end, then I think that is a huge momentum swing for them, because if they can win this game, they can win any game throughout the rest of the season. So while it's not the end of the world if they lose, you're still 3-2 and getting some level of reinforcements back next week. I think this would be a huge win for them if they can pull off a big upset. Yeah,
100%. Sure. Max got some Jameis Winston to his game too, so you can never count out the Mac attack. I'm going to keep it with Rocco. Rocco, how do you think the 49ers can overcome this injury bug to win this game? Like, what do you think they need to do to beat the Rams?
Yeah, I think the biggest key is going to be the red zone defense. I don't think the Niners are going to win this game on offense as much as I'd like to think they could. I think if they can hold the Rams to field goals early and keep it close, then I think there's a potential for them to make a late push at the end. But if the Rams just, especially Kyren Williams, that's who I'll be watching. If he's able to get going on the ground, especially with Nick Bosa going down recently, I think the Niners could be in trouble.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And Davis, I'm going to ask you a little bit different of a question because, you know, this game seems a little out of balance, but really the Rams have looked so good this year. And adding Devontae Adams has just breathed so much life into that offense. So I want to ask you, do you think the Rams are the favorite to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl this year?
I mean, personally, I want to say absolutely yes.
Yeah.
And I feel like the stats are really backing it up so far this season. Like, as you said, like Devontae Adams, like we thought kind of going into this, maybe he might take some targets off of Nakua, and that might create like a more even split between the two, and maybe the wide receiver game might struggle because of that. But it really hasn't. Like, both of them have been targeted a lot. They've been main driving factors in each of these wins. And Kyren Williams, as you said, like he takes off on that ground running. He's also a beast. And throughout the last 4 years, he's been increasing his yardage and usage every single year, getting better and better. And so I think if he can reach like a new peak this year too, the whole team as a whole just is working a lot better this year and should be a fan favorite.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Do you know if Terrence Ferguson is starting to, or at least dressing tonight?
I'm not sure.
Okay, because I know that Higbee's out. He's a guy I'm so excited to see. I know. Do you know much about him when he got drafted?
Not a whole lot, no.
Okay, I didn't really know a whole lot about him either, but I just saw Sean McVay like basically jumping up and down that they got him. Like, couldn't believe they got him in the second round, tight end.
He's a dog.
Supposedly, he's a dog. Tell me about him, Nathan.
Yeah, from Oregon. He's not the guy they have now, who's like an athletic freak. He's more of like I don't know who I'd compare him to, but like he is tough and he has really good hands.
Yeah.
He's not gonna like, take the top off or anything for a tight end, but like he's
like
a
classic
pretty
tight
good
end.
blocker. He's not Kittle, but he's more of like he'll be a weapon in the pass game, hopefully. I think Stafford has looked really good the last couple of weeks, so we'll see if against you'll find out if the 49ers defense is for real. They haven't faced like a murderer's row of quarterbacks or anything.
Yeah, that back injury that Stafford was dealing with doesn't seem to even remotely exist.
Yeah,
It's not the same. It's his clone. That guy doesn't exist.
Yeah. Davis, I got a quick question for you.
All right.
I'm really high on Devontae Adams, but I'm curious to see like where you're at with that. Like preseason, I said he's going to be a top 5 wide receiver by the end of the year. Like that's how high I am on Devontae Adams. But I'm just curious, like I consider myself like a secondary fan of the Rams. Also, I love Kyren Williams. I love everything that the Rams are doing. I really do. But I'm just curious, like what you think.
I mean, I'm all for it. I think Devontae Adams was like a perfect ad after dropping Cooper Kupp last year.
Yeah,
I think it's an upgrade. Cooper Kupp, he's been getting old, and between his like kind of team up with Nakua was the obvious wide receiver 1 answer to that. And so Devontae Adams it just makes them better. He's going to rip through that field. I'm high on him too with you. I think he's going to I think he could end in the top 5. I think definitely a top 10 wide receiver.
Let's go.
I'm hopeful for a top 5, but absolutely.
Because I have him in all of my leagues, so I really hope that comes to fruition.
Yeah, I missed out on him, but I got Nakua in all of my fantasy leagues. So I love that.
Yeah, there's nothing to be disappointed in there. I think Puka might be. The people are starting to have conversations on Twitter like, why do we not just rank him up there with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, like in that same tier? He's so
he's
good.
Been doing it.
Like
since
he's been doing it
because he's a 5th rounder. That's why. It's just, you come out as a 5th rounder and like you don't get that same, that same level. Like if you come out as 1st rounder, it doesn't matter. Like you're gonna get praised and you're gonna get raked over the coals. If you don't perform.
what was it? I think it was in like 2021 when Cooper Kupp set some record. I forget what it was for the receiving. And I think Puka Nacua is actually on track already to maybe even beat that this season.
That's crazy.
Yeah, his pace numbers are crazy right now.
The psycho.
Yeah.
And I mean, this has always been the thing with Stafford is like he can support 2 like top 10 receivers easily.
Yeah.
It happened with Kupp. It happened with Nacua same year. Even when it was Kupp and Robert Woods was balling. So yeah. All right. We've talked a lot about the Rams. We've talked a little bit about the Niners. We're going to go into our keys to victory and our score predictions for this game. I'm going to start with Nathan. We'll go Nathan and then go around the room, Rocco, Davis, Trea, then I'll finish it up. So Nathan, what are the keys to victory for these teams and what's your prediction for the final score?
Yeah, I'm gonna say I think the key to the game is Stafford against the defense. I don't think, like, no offense to Mac Jones, love him, but he's not my key to this game. I think the pass rush on the Rams side will probably get home a good bit. Just that's what they do. The Niners pass rush is what I'm interested in. Can they even get to Stafford? I was looking at stats today. They have 17 pressures through 4 games. That's very low. I think Abdul Carter had 17 on Sunday.
Dang.
And
That's crazy.
they have 5 sacks in, their 4 games, and Brian Burns and Byron Young, who they'll be playing tonight, have 5 already this year. So they have to fix that in order to, affect Stafford, because he's looked crazy so far. And if he has time, he's gonna air the ball out. That's what he does. I do think. Yeah, go ahead, Trey.
I was just gonna say, for what it's worth, Matthew Stafford has been sacked like I want to say double digits already this year. It might be like 8 times or something like that. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but I guess the good thing working in San Francisco's favor is that he's a statue like that. Matthew Stafford is not going to move. Like he's going to sit in that pocket until he gets rid of the ball or you get him. Like, but I don't know. Maybe this is a get right game for them. We'll see. A get right game for a 3-1 team.
I don't know. I don't think I'm going to say that is not going to be the case. I don't trust anybody outside of Bosa, and he's not here. So until they prove it to me, I'm a big fan of Alfred Collins, hook him. And then what's the guy from Georgia, Williams? He's really good.
Yeah, Michael Williams.
He tormented the Texas O-line last year, but the potential's there, but I still haven't seen it yet. And I have been seeing it from Stafford for a long time. I think they score more than Mac Jones and the 49ers offense can score. And I would say like 27, and it's like 27-20, maybe 27-17, something like that. I don't know what the spread is, but I'm assuming that would be a cover unless they're taking in all the injuries.
I'd have to pull that.
But
up.
I think I would be pretty shocked if the 49ers won. And it would be real impressive. It would be a Shanahan masterclass for sure.
Yeah. All right, Rocco, let's hear from you. And just so everybody knows, the spread is -8.5.
8.5. Okay. Yeah, I think Shanahan wants this game bad because I know Shanahan has owned the Rams for a while. The last few years, it's been a little bit more split, but I think there was a streak where the Niners, like when they were a Super Bowl caliber team, they had just beaten the Rams twice a year for a couple of years in a row. But I think the key to the game is going to be Christian McCaffrey. He's kind of the last man standing on that offense. And as much as there is the Kendrick Bourne connection with Mac Jones and the Demarcus Robinson revenge game narrative, I don't think either of those things will overshadow the fact that Christian McCaffrey is going to have to carry this offense if the Niners want to have a chance. Maybe the Niners get a defensive touchdown, but as far as the pressure goes, it has not been great, as Nathan had mentioned before, but the passing yards have been kept down. So I'll look for Puka to obviously probably get 100 yards. I'm going to predict the upset. I know none of you guys probably will. So I'm going to take the Niners to win 17-16, maybe a defensive touchdown.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah.
See, I'm with you on the Niners getting 17, but I think the Rams are going to get a little bit of a blowout. Not a blowout, but get 26. I think it's going to be wider spread than that, but I also agree. Like, this is really a war of attrition for San Francisco today, and Christian McCaffrey is the only offensive hope they have. But like Nathan was also right that if Stafford can really just like get himself out of the pocket and get into the firing range to get down to Nakua, to get down to Adams for those touchdowns, I think the touchdown passes are going to be huge for this game. But getting to those points, it's going to be up to Kyren Williams.
Mm-hmm.
If they can get him to get away, to like get at least into field goal range, I think the Rams got this in the bag.
I love it.
Yeah. Did we get score predictions from you guys?
Yeah. I think it's going to be a 26-17 favor of the Rams.
Okay.
I got Niners 17, 16 Rams.
Wow. It's close.
All right,
And I
Trey.
had,
Let's hear it.
27-20.
All right. I agree with Rocco that the key to the game for on honestly both sides. Well, the key to the game really for the Niners is turnovers. Like you have this, you have this incredible pass defense so far that has been able to really shut down the opposing air attack. You got to come away with some of those. And that's the only way. Like, you're going to have to play the field position game. You're going to have to play special teams. Like, everything is going to have to be clicking. Easier said than done. Obviously, you have what I would consider a Super Bowl caliber team in the Los Angeles Rams on the other side, who barely lost to the Eagles last week. This is nothing to slight the 49ers, but the teams that they've beaten this year are the Saints, the Cardinals, and who's the other one? The Seahawks. Seahawks are a good team, but the other two, I don't know. I want to pick the Seahawks. Or the Seahawks. I want to pick the 49ers. I really do, but I think the Rams are gonna. I think they're gonna play. I think they're gonna play hardball tonight. I do think Shanahan wants this game, and I think that he could like get into his bag tonight, like trick plays. I think that you can see some like crazy wheel routes from McCaffrey happen tonight, that sort of thing. Like, I think there could be some really good things because, I mean, to steal one on the road, like that would be incredible for San Francisco. But I don't realistically, if I was putting money on it, if I was betting my mortgage on it, I would put my money on the Rams tonight. So I'm going to go Rams, but I think it's going to be closer. I'm going to say 24. I'll say 24-19.
Nice.
That's where I'm at.
All right. So I'm just disappointed in everybody that we missed this key point to this game. Obviously the Niners without Ricky Pearsall, without Juwan Jennings, without George Kittle. So who do they turn to in the receiver room? We've got DeMarcus Robinson, Sky Moore, Marquez Valdez-Scantling. What do all three of these guys have in common?
Kansas City Chiefs.
They all got rings, baby.
Oh,
that was the receiver room for the Kansas City Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl. Despite that, it's over. Like,
I forgot. Patrick Mahomes too.
It's pretty crazy that's the receiver room. It's so funny too that I think the Chiefs beat the 49ers with that receiver room, and now Kyle Shanahan took them all. It's so funny. Oh man. But I think the key for the Niners is I think what Rocco said. You got to keep it close. You got to hold them to field goals. That's the only way you're going to have a chance. And Mac Jones has got to be on it tonight. I think actually with the lack of receiver options, they're going to have to spread the ball around more, which Shanahan's very good at scheming up plays for players, especially like no-name guys. I mean, Juwan Jennings for years was like nobody. And now, like, I mean, he held out this season because he had such a good year last year that he wanted to get paid more. So I think the offense will be better for them, but I still think that the Rams are just such a strong team. They don't have those injuries. Their offense is really good. So I think the Rams are going to win this one. And it's at home for the Rams in SoFi Stadium. So that's another, I mean, it couldn't be worse for the Niners. But I think it's going to be a lot closer than people think. And so I'm going to say it's 19 to, let's say 19 to 14. Rams win. So yeah. And if anybody does betting, bet the under on this game.
Oh yeah.
44.5 points is the line. Bet the under.
Divisional game. Yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. So, but it's still scary because as Davis was talking, I'm like, yeah, dude, I don't see how Puka doesn't just like destroy it. And if they're covering Puka, they go double Puka. Okay. We sling it to Devontae Adams, but just the divisional aspect, the Kyle Shanahan, big brother to McVay kind of thing. I don't know. That's what I got. So anyway, thank you guys for joining us tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you guys
Thanks
enjoy
for
the
having
game. Yeah, we're going to see y'all here very, very soon.
Cool.
All
Peace.
right.
Cool. All right, guys.
Dude,
Yeah.
so cool. Real quick.
Turkey.
We got did you see
We
that?
both clicked on it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Our in-house troll.
Yeah.
The Steelers, the longest
I love
yard.
Derpy Entertainment, man. I do.
That actually
do.
makes so much sense. Aaron Rodgers is Paul Crew coming out of retirement, dealing with a bunch of thugs. Who is Brucey? Brucey is definitely Caleb Johnson after that muffed kickoff. And Tomlin is the original Paul Crew. It's a great comment, Derp.
Man, that's so good. We
cool.
didn't actually like get into the Steelers today. But next week I'm excited, to hear what you're gonna say, Cam. I want to hear yours about the Steelers.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think of one.
Yeah.
I'll cook it up all week.
Yeah.
All right, so it's 7:58. We got about 15 minutes to game time.
Yeah.
Usually what we do is run through the entire slate of games and pick a winner. I did not bother to go back and look at the record from last week. I don't know if Trey did.
Come on. Because
I know
winning?
I didn't.
Is that
Trey
why?
definitely won last week. Trey, I concede. My calls were so bad last week. It was atrocious. So I just want to forget everything. So we already did 49ers Rams, and we've got Nathan on tonight, so this will help break some of these ties. So this will be fun.
Yep.
So first game we got Vikings at Cleveland playing the Browns. Who do y'all have?
I'm actually gonna take Cleveland in this game.
You stole my thunder.
Yeah, you guys are. I see you both smiling. I think you're both going Cleveland too.
I was gonna go Cleveland too.
Yeah, I think this is there's the same. I feel like I'm having deja vu. It's the same as the Giants last week, where first time starter and everybody's like, why would you do this to him? And some the Browns defense is just gonna destroy Carson Wentz, and they'll find a way somehow, some way. It'll be like the ugliest game you've ever seen. I mean, it's a London game, so it's gonna be like a weird match, as they say.
It'll be like 7-9.
Yeah.
It's basically a glorified Thursday night football game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think gosh, this is so tough. I think I will go I'll go Vikings just to be different, but I really do believe in the Browns, so don't hold this one against me.
That defense, their defense is so good, man.
It's legit, man. And the Browns offense succeeds at the things the Vikings don't. The other thing is Dylan Gabriel starting. So that's also something we have to keep in mind. And that Vikings defense is going to give him a run for his money. So
definitely good.
I'll go Vikings.
Yeah, but like Nathan said, it's like that rookie quarter. Like you have no film on him in the NFL. Like you don't know. I mean, he could look terrible. Like he could look.
It could be a disaster, but it could also be be pretty positive. We'll see.
Yeah,
we should have done this segment mimed
Yeah, exactly.
like Shador.
Oh, Shador. All right, Texans at Ravens. Cooper Rush starting for Baltimore.
Yeah. I'm taking Texans easy. Easy.
Yeah, I'm going to take Texans as well. I just think their defense is good. I think Cooper Rush is bad.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Go,
Cooper
yeah,
Rush,
baby.
I'll save the graphic. Cooper Rush does just enough. He turns around and hands the ball to Derrick Henry, and I think
Yeah.
that'll be good enough.
No Woody Mark season.
No. Actually, I do like
Woody
Woody
Marks is going to go off.
but
Yeah.
This is
I think
Sell him
everybody's
after
been
this
telling the
game.
Ravens how bad they are all week. Maybe
Yeah.
they turn it around.
all right. Next, we got Giants at Saints. Oh, well, I didn't see the comment.
Yeah.
Ravens, the Little Giants, the Browns, the Room, and the Bengals,
Nice.
the replacements.
Man, those are so good. Derpy, who are you a fan
That's-
of? Like you got the whole AFC North. I want to know who you're a fan of.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh,
All right.
man.
We're going Giants at Saints. What you got, Nathan?
This would be my lock of the week. I'm taking the Giants.
Let's go.
I think, and I'm assuming they're sticking with Rattler, but either way, their offense is not good. Their defense is not much better. I think Jaxson Dart has his I'm not going to call it a coming out party because I don't think they're going to make him do very much, but I do think he's going to continue the momentum and at least one more week, and then it gets rough. Maybe they'll go downhill after
It's
that.
dart season, baby. This is where you really
He's
where
throwing
you
darts.
really
He's
feed
throwing
that
darts.
confidence. Yeah, he's
That's
throwing
what he
darts, man.
needs.
Yep.
If they could toss in a game against the Cowboys, pretty soon. Unfortunately, it's at the end of the year, but that would have been great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go Saints. Home field advantage, and I think they're a better team than most people give them credit for. I keep betting on the Saints to win, and they keep losing, so it's probably not good for me. But they're gonna win one of these games, and this feels like a good opportunity to win one.
Gotta hit eventually.
And we
probably.
just see the loss of Malik Neighbors means a lot more to that offense than we actually thought.
I think who steps up, Nathan? Who steps up there? Wandale?
I honestly think it's going to be Theo Johnson.
I was
Okay.
gonna say the same thing.
He is the one who Jaxson
Oh.
Dart seemed to find a lot last week, and he can throw the ball over the middle. Russ can't do that. Jaxson Dart can, and he's willing to do that. More of the it could be to his detriment. Maybe they get a couple picks and it goes sideways, but I think he is tough. He wants to throw the ball down the middle, and I think Theo Johnson fits that role. So I think he'll be his number one. Maybe Wandale in the slot too will be good, but I think he's been good already.
Yeah. I'm all in on dart season, baby. I think I told you. Maybe I didn't tell you. I'm flying out to Denver when Giants go to play the Broncos. I'm going to that game.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
I'm
good.
excited. I'm so excited to see.
When is that game?
October 19th. Week.
Dang.
Yeah, it's coming up soon. Yep.
Love it. Did you say who you're picking, Giants or Saints, Trey?
Oh, I'm picking Giants. Easy.
Giants.
That's,
Easy.
that's my lock of the week too, baby. That's my
Lock of the
you're in
week.
a survivor pool. That's
Woo.
that's your survivor pick this week.
Oh man, that's a tough one.
I don't know how
All right.
How you watch them beat the Chargers and then you're like, oh, they're not going to beat the Saints. That's psychotic to me.
Yeah.
It's the NFL, man. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
All
Sure.
right. Dolphins at Panthers in Carolina. I'm going to just start it off by saying I'm taking Carolina. Got their butt kicked last week. They're at home.
Yeah.
Dolphins, I think they're going to go back to struggling. Panthers really good against opposing quarterbacks, other than Drake May.
I want to pick the Panthers here. I do, but I just feel like Achane is going to be a workhorse. I think they're also going to get Ollie Gordon involved in that and just really say, we're going to run the rock down your throat. And I don't know that the Panthers can stop that, but I so badly want to pick the Panthers. I do. But
you've been wrong on the Panthers the last 2 weeks.
Every single time I pick the Panthers, win or lose, they do the exact opposite. So, because I want to pick them, I'm going to pick the Dolphins.
Smart man. Thank you.
Pretty smart. One of these times.
Yeah.
I think I really have no idea. I think this could be a blowout either way, honestly, which is how any Panthers game has gone this year.
Yeah.
I think, but I do think I trust Price. I really don't think he's that bad. I like the numbers say he's bad, and he is limited, but I think Tech goes crazy this week.
I was gonna say
This
the
is
same
like
thing.
his
on, baby.
anointment where everybody sees it because the numbers haven't looked crazy, but he's been pretty good.
150 yards and 2 touchdowns, and
Dang.
one picture of Ted
Manifest
just
it.
like over top of.
Yeah, just a
Storm
crazy moss over somebody where he
Moss.
just looks he looks huge.
All right, I'm going to go
100%.
trade for him tonight just because you guys said that.
Smart man.
Yeah.
Next game we got Raiders at Colts. Trey, where are you going on this one?
Colts. Yeah, that's an easy one for me.
I'm saying Colts too.
Colts, yeah. I mean, the Raiders. Maybe if Ashton Genty can keep his stance. I wonder if Chip Kelly yelled at him after that, but it worked.
He shouldn't yell at him. I mean, his stance is what
You should
gives
yell
him
at
all his
Gino.
superpower. Exactly. All right, so we're all in agreement there. Colts, Broncos at Eagles. This is probably the game of the week.
It's a 1:00 game.
This is a 1:00 game.
Yeah.
What are you
Is
doing?
it really?
Yeah.
All right, Nathan.
Titans
Let's start with
Cardinals
you.
gets 4:00 treatment, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, Titans
Um,
Cardinals.
Yeah. Oof. I'm gonna take the Broncos just for you, Trey.
Let's
I think
go.
the Eagles, maybe their second half woes carry into the first half, and then
Yeah.
the defense buries them. This is gonna be, I'm gonna say, a low scoring game. And
Yeah.
I think I trust the Broncos defense a little bit more than I trust the Eagles. So
My guy.
I'm going to say the same thing. I'm going to say Broncos. I think we'll all probably agree, which is crazy. But it just feels I think I'm willing this into existence because the Eagles refuse to throw the ball. And I think they're going to find themselves down in this game pretty early. And they're going to try to do what they did 2 weeks ago, which is like just air it out to A.J. Brown. And then they're going to realize they suck and Kevin Patullo sucks. And the Broncos defense is too good for them to do that crap on. And they're going to have to rework their whole offense, which I need real bad.
Man, I had this whole spiel ready to go. I was like, do I go with my head or do I go with my heart? And then I was going to be like, it doesn't matter. It's the same decision, which is the Denver Broncos.
Love it.
I mean, they're going to lose at some point, right? The Eagles are going to lose at some point. And I think this is the week that it happens. Like, you have one job. They don't throw the ball. They don't you have one job is to stop Saquon Barkley. And how do you do that? You just look at how everyone else has been doing it this year. And you just do the exact same thing everyone else has been doing. And feel like the Broncos have a better line than most of the teams that they've played this year. That's what you do. And then you just let Pat Surtain, you just let him eat up half of the secondary or half of the field back there. And you just let Riley Moss and Jaquan McMillan and Jahdae Barron, if he comes in, you just let them handle the other half. I think it's going to be extremely close. I think it'll be like I think the Eagles will be leading. I think they'll be leading 20-14. The Broncos get a last-second touchdown, and they win 21-20. That's what I think it's going to be. Man, I'm going to be absolutely unhinged if that happens. Man.
My betting lock of the week is Dallas Goedert, whatever his receiving receptions over is. Goddard isn't?
Wait, I don't know if he's not playing, but he's not practicing. He didn't practice today.
Oh, he should
injured.
play. Oh, man. If he doesn't play, if he plays, 9 catches for 37 yards is a lock.
Yeah. That's a lot of fancy
Cowboys and Jets. Where are you at on that, Trey?
Cowboys. I'm taking Cowboys.
Yep. I'll take Cowboys as well. It kind of feels crappy.
I know it does feel. I don't know. I'll take the Jets. Why not? I've been going underdogs this whole time. I think they're at home. Who knows what happens in MetLife? Crazy stuff. Usually bad stuff happens in MetLife.
They can run.
They can run the ball, but that's what the Cowboys are so good at. What their whole defensive line is meant to do.
Right.
This one is like What's the? It's like movable force, unstoppable
Yeah.
object. It's those
Yeah.
two going at
Yeah.
each other all day. It's just like
Yeah.
Yep.
who knows? That's going to be such an entertaining side of the ball to watch. The Cowboys defense and the Jets offense.
What's
I
the
think Garrett
over under?
Wilson.
Sorry. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
No, you're good. That's actually. I was going to ask the same thing. No, I know.
I'm pulling it up right now.
No, I was not going to ask that. I was going to ask over under on Sauce Gardner holding penalties,
That would be an
probably
interesting prop bet.
like 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5,
like where the
3.5.
line is. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't have the over on 47.5. And I think it's in good range to be an over.
I would say under. I think Dallas could score a lot, but I don't think the Jets can score a lot. I mean,
think
except
they
against
can.
the Steelers.
I think
Yeah,
they can. I think Garrett Wilson, like over under how many times Trayvon Diggs like falls down trying to press cover
Yeah.
Garrett Wilson. Who knows?
over under Trayvon Diggs pass interference.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you guys got a point. They have a terrible
right.
secondary. My gosh.
Let's move on. We got 3 minutes.
Gosh.
Titans at Cardinals. Go quick.
Yep. Titans, they get their first win. Done.
Cardinals.
Yeah, Cardinals. It's like a get right game. It's like old Vanderbilt at this point.
That's right. All right. Buccaneers at Seahawks. 12th man.
I'm going to take Seahawks. Bucks are going across the country. They're banged up, just like David said. I'm going to take Seahawks at home.
I'm gonna same thing. Beautiful uniform matchup, by the way.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Watch for that.
Beautiful. I'll take Bucks just because Baker Mayfield, I cannot bet against him. He's so good. Commanders at Chargers. Jaden Daniels back in. Chargers coming off a loss at home. Chargers.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
Chargers.
I can't tell who I'm going to take.
We can come back to you.
I'll take the Chargers. I think.
Yeah.
Who knows what Jaden's going to look like coming back first game? He might light the world on fire, but I think the Chargers, like the Commanders' pass rush, isn't anything crazy. Justin Herbert gets it done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go Commanders just to be different. Lions at Bengals. Everybody together now.
All right.
Lions.
Lions.
Huh?
We were joking about the lock
Imagine
of the week earlier. This is the lock of the week.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Lions lose.
This is the
then
true lock of the week.
No, man.
something
That's how much.
something crazy.
That's how
happens.
much faith I have in Jaxson Dart. Is no, I would take that. I'm not actually doing that, but
Lions just don't
anyways.
lose to bad teams.
This is not
they lose to
betting
good
advice.
Yeah.
Patriots at Bills, the Sunday night football game.
Who's gonna jump in first? Who's gonna
I'll
jump
go
into the
Bills.
cold?
I'll go Bills. Yeah, Patriots are hot right now, but Bills just too solid all the way around.
Josh Allen. I think this will be like actually very close. Sunday night's been good to us so far, so hopefully it keeps it up.
Gosh, I really want to take the Patriots. Just I do. I'm taking the Bills, but if this was at home, if the Patriots are at home,
with your heart,
I would go Patriots here. I think it's close. No, give me the Patriots. I'm going to take the Patriots.
Go for it.
I mean, you just watched Miami put up 21. They kept it close the whole game, and they're way worse than the Patriots are. I'm going to take Patriots.
Yeah.
I'm sticking Bills. All right, Monday night, Chiefs at Jaguars, Duval County.
KC, Lord of the Rings.
Give me the Jaguars and give me a Travis Hunter interception.
Whoa.
Manifesting. I need that for my fantasy teams.
Dude.
Yes. Do you get points for his interceptions?
You will if it ever happens.
That's sick. I love that. I'm going to go Chiefs. I think Mahomes is on a tear. Right now, it's a little less visible because he still hadn't had his receivers. He just got Worthy back last week. I think the Jags are a phony defense right now. They're one of the top defenses in the NFL, but I don't think they've played anybody of substance, and I think the Chiefs give them a good run for their money and look for a healthy dose of rookie running back Brashard Smith.
Yeah, I mean, they played the Panthers, the Bengals, the Texans, and the Niners. That's who the Jags have played.
Yeah.
You should. Well, but week 2, I mean, when they were playing Joe Burrow, he dropped 31. So, yeah. Give me KC.
And that was
but I hope the Jags win.
That was the game Burrow got the turf toe. So, I mean, I don't remember when he went out, but
that's right. That's right.
Burrow was cooking on him. So, Jags are a phony defense.
Yeah.
So that's it. That is all the games. It is 8:16 Thursday night football about to start. Thank you to everybody for tuning in to the show. Let us know in the comments how you enjoyed this. If you like doing little stuff like this, doing out of the box ideas. Big thank you and shout out to Nathan. Appreciate you coming on tonight.
Yeah,
and
man, thank you.
Appreciate you putting in the work to, come up with such a good idea. Just really, really well done. Once again, to all you out there watching, subscribe to the YouTube, leave a like, a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Go on to Twitter and Instagram, follow us, share us with your friends. Just help us get more visibility. It helps a ton. And listen to us on anywhere you listen to podcasts. And with that, go enjoy your Thursday night and smash the under. We will see you next time.